has hands that are that soft.
It's the Tide Pods.
It must be. It's all those Tide Pods making the hands nice and cushioned.
Yeah,
nice and fresh.
It just blows my mind. Do you know what else blows my mind? The fact that Todd Gurley only had 10 carries.
Again, my personal thought is he looked like something was bothering him. He didn't look entirely healthy to me.
I came up with 4 scenarios as to why Todd Gurley didn't get more touches. And it has to be one of these 4. 1, he's still injured. That's the most likely.
Right.
He's still injured. 2, and I don't know why they would do this, but he pissed off the coaches, and the coaches took a stand and said, you're not going to be playing the way you're used to. Could be that.
Not likely.
I mean, possible, but it seems unlikely, because why would you not? I mean, you could be.
Why would you punish yourself?
Why would you be? You could be as pissed off as you want, but not in the Super Bowl.
I mean, Bill Belichick did it with Gilmore last year.
Yeah, but he's a different animal.
Right. He has established himself as the greatest coach in NFL history.
And it's not like they're like with Gilmore. Like we heard something. We would have. Gurley's not exactly the quietest person in the world.
Right.
So I feel like we would have heard something if that was the case.
Right. And these next 2 are conspiracy theory level. What if the Rams were trying to sabotage Zach Taylor's chance at becoming the head coach of the Bengals?
I don't.
I don't think that's a possibility. It popped into my head.
Maybe, but why? Again, why would you do that? Do you want a ring or not?
Exactly. Which, by the way, we're going to talk about the 2 coaches that were hired yesterday as well. But the most conspiracy theory that I came up with is they wanted to limit the amount of hits that Todd Gurley took because they realized that C.J. Anderson was doing just fine, and they're going to trade him to Pittsburgh for Antonio Brown.
They're going to trade Gurley
for Antonio Brown, straight up. You need a running back. We want another wide receiver. Let's get this done.
I don't know why you would do that.
No.
Because
I don't see that at all.
Why not?
Just telegraph the whole running game.
CJ's okay, but he's not as effective as a healthy Gurley. I do think Gurley was hurt, but I also think there's a little bit more to it than that, because I think he would have played more if it was just a minor injury, which is what it seemed like. I thought also last week he said he was healthy.
The coaches on game day were saying he's completely healthy.
Right. So I mean, he could have gotten hurt in the game, but it's also interesting that he skipped the final media portion after the Super Bowl. And that could be. And that was today. That was the final open locker room availability. He declined to meet with the media. So either he's sick of the questions or something is up. But if he was truly hurt, I feel like he wouldn't have played. And he wouldn't have been as fast as he was. When I saw him playing, a couple big plays that got called back, he looked like himself. And then, he basically disappeared for a month after having like an MVP type season. Then he had a great game against the Cowboys. Then he doesn't really play in the NFC Conference game and Super Bowl. So
something is up, and I don't think it's injury.
Yeah, and I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. The idea that that's very conspiracy theory. Why would you trade arguably one of the best running backs in the NFL if clearly top 5 running back in the NFL healthy for a wide receiver who is arguably one or easily top 3 wide receivers in the NFL to Goff, who couldn't hit his wide receivers in the Super Bowl. It's not making you any better.
So, a couple of reasons. One, what is typically, historically, what
God damn it.
what has been more successful? A good running game or good wide receivers? I think if you're looking at it, wide receiver play is more important on the whole than the running game is. Having a great wide receiver is more important to the team as a whole than having a great running back. Running backs have a shorter shelf life.
Unless you're Frank Gore.
Yeah, unless you're Frank Gore or Adrian Peterson. Running backs, look at what happened this year with Philip Lindsay. This undrafted no-name. It had rookie of the year numbers and production with Denver. A lot of people value the wide receiver position way more than they value the running back, and maybe they're willing to take a step back with CJ Anderson to get a guy like Antonio Brown. Like I said, I don't think this is happening. I don't think this. It's a thought that popped into my head.
I mean, I can see why you would think that.
There's
in
only a
sense, but I just don't. I don't personally see the reason to do so because running backs are harder to come by, and it changes the whole dimension of your offense. You become less predictable if you have a running back.
Right.
I feel like teams like the Saints who practice the whole dual thing are a lot harder to stop. You factor a running game.
Well, I mean, the Rams stopped him.
No.
The referee stopped them.
No, I get that, but maybe they're banking on a running back in free agency. Like I said, I'm just grasping at straws here.
Yeah, I just the way that I saw him personally, I mean, yeah, he could have been healthy come game day in the morning, but I mean, there's no saying that even during warm-up you don't tweak something.
You take that first hit, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it just seemed to me that if he's only getting 10 carries, even if you were trying to keep him healthy or whatever, this is the Super Bowl. You try and win now. You're not, because who's to say that you ever get back here?
Chances are he won't.
I mean, the chances are good that nobody else will. So it's
the only team I'm ever willing to write into a Super Bowl is the Patriots.
well, yeah, because they seem to consistently just keep getting there.
Exactly.
Much to my demise. So.
Yeah. Oh God, it's so frustrating. But there has to. This is the
division for one.
What?
It's a shit division for one.
Yeah. Well, it is. Yes.
Yeah, that helps.
But I used to say that well, if you put him in a different division, he's better against the AFC North than he is against the AFC East.
I mean,
He's got better records against other divisions than he does in the AFC East.
They seem to just make it work. So it's, I mean, every year this is supposed to be the year that we see a trail off, and we're left dealing with this every single time.
I'm buying in to what the Patriots are selling, well, what Bill Belichick is selling. Because if you listen to any of the, outside of Tom Brady, any of the Patriots at their press conferences, they all said, I did my job. I just did my job.
Well, yeah, I mean...
And that's been his mantra. And I was like, that's stupid. Of course you have to. Everyone knows that. But the more they win, the more I hear, I was just focused on doing my job.
I mean, you can't...
The more I believe.
You can't say it's not working.
It's
Even if it is remarkably that simple of a concept.
Yeah. Your players have to buy in to what you're selling. And clearly, you don't ever hear a Patriot say that they're going to hold out. Why? Because Bill Belichick's not afraid to ship your ass somewhere else.
Yeah, because then the next thing you know, you're in Cleveland.
Yeah. Jamie Collins, yes.
Yeah, so that shit doesn't happen.
No. Could you imagine if like the Antonio Brown shit was happening?
No.
He would have traded Antonio Brown to the Browns for a bag of donuts. He doesn't care.
I'm sure. Yep.
Don't eat them.
You make that a chocolate eclair and 11 other donuts, and we got a deal.
You bring in guys like Danny Amendola, average receiver at best, fits right in perfectly with the system.
I mean, think about it. Look at all of these.
He doesn't need star receivers,
No one needs star wide receivers. That's a lie, because the Cowboys got significantly better when they got Amari Cooper.
I mean, it certainly helps, but it can be done without them. We're clearly seeing that happen time and time again.
But the wide receivers that are making the biggest impacts, I would say, are the slot type receivers. Where is Odell Beckham Jr. the most productive? When he's catching from the slot, right?
Well, when he's running a slant route.
And taking it the distance, yeah. Cole Beasley has been fantastic, and he's going to go to the Patriots, and he's going to be the next Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola, Wes Welker. Yeah,
because he's white.
It is because he's white. No. Oh man,
and he kind of fits in with the whole. They all kind of do that long hair thing for a while.
He does, yeah. No, and he's got something that no other wide receiver currently on the Patriots can do, and that is rap. So,
well, there is that.
And seeing as Josh Gordon is on the.
Yeah, who knows what's going on with Josh Gordon?
Not playing in the NFL anymore.
Never again, probably, right?
I don't know.
You think he gets?
I can't imagine he'll be back.
I gotta imagine his Super Bowl ring must be in the mail, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Where do you think Tom Brady's going to wear that sixth one? You think he's going to get a toe ring? He seems like a toe ring kind of guy.
I kind of feel like with Josh Gordon, if they do send him one, it's going to be like one of those things where you send like somebody a small gift through the mail, like a keychain, and you're lucky by the time it gets to your house, it has slipped out of cut its way out of the side of the envelope.
Yeah, or did he smoke it?
You smoke a ring?
I don't think you can smoke a ring.
I mean, you can smoke Daniel Bryan's new championship. Maybe they gave him a hemp ring.
Yeah, I did see that.
I would doubt it.
Well, Daniel Bryan has a hemp WWE championship.
Let's but this is enabling.
Did you want to, seeing as we haven't been around a couple weeks, you want to congratulate Seth Rollins on his Royal Rumble win? Did I get that out?
No, because it was a sham.
But he's got a golden ticket.
I got a golden ticket.
Golden ticket to Mania.
Really quickly, the Royal Rumble.
Really quickly, because I know these guys hate this.
Yeah, what a joke! Did you watch it?
I watched like 10 minutes of when it mattered.
First of all, Becky Lynch gets her ass beat by Asuka.
Yeah. So
all right, so she's hurt. Then she gets Lana can't compete in the Royal Rumble, so she runs down, pleads with Finlay to let her in the Royal Rumble. We all knew who was winning that.
Yeah.
She wasn't even in the damn match to begin with, and we all knew she was going to win it.
So Becky Lynch won, Seth Rollins won, and we covered it.
Well, no. So, such a bogus show, because she's playing this, I'm injured, I can't get back in the ring, somehow gets in and beats Charlotte. And then what happens in the Men's Royal Rumble? The exact same thing. Seth Rollins, I'm hurt. Bobby Lashley put me through a table, so I'm just going to hang out outside for 40 minutes. And then he gets in, he's too injured, he's limping, and then he wins it. Like, WWE creative needs to step it the fuck up.
I'd be like, yeah, you get in at number 5, I'd do the same thing. Get out of the ring. Wait.
WWE needs to step up their creative. It's getting bad. Anyways.
I've got good news for you.
What?
It's not real.
That's part of the problem.
Yeah, you would think that if it wasn't real, they would be able to write it better.
Exactly.
Some of the injuries are real. Right?
Well, yeah. Roman Reigns really has cancer. That's real. Braun Strowman really screwed up his shoulder. That's real.
Yeah.
But
what's his name? Was it Tyson Kidd, the guy who was married to?
Natalia. Oh yeah, he got fucked up.
He'll never wrestle again with that spinal injury.
Yeah, and then he got meningitis after. Oh,
that's scary shit.
Yeah, he already had a less than 10% chance of getting back in the ring, and you get fucking spinal meningitis. Woo.